Hello everyone, and welcome to a Forza Horizon 3 episode. I'm going to be doing a city car shootout. So what I'm just going to be doing is I'm going to get different cars you kind of expect to be around a city, put them down in this racetrack I was just doing donuts by, and I'm going to race them, compare them for their time, and put it all on a sheet and leaderboard at the end of the thing. Now, one thing that I would like to say is that I set the AI actually to the easiest setting they were, so they wouldn't get in my way, because I don't really want them to be doing something where it'll slow me down or stop me. And due to actual problems in recording, I've had to split this video in two, so don't forget to catch the second part of it. And so yeah, and one of the rules that I think is I'm only allowed one rewind. Now I don't use a rewind in this race, but in part 2 I do, because I'm using a voiceover instead of current voice. So, as I get into the race, I actually really enjoy this car, and I think anyone in real life who has the money to, or in the game, should buy it and give it a try. It is a wonderful car. I enjoy it. Also, you could probably see why I said that the AI are on the low settings. They're flying. I'm just flying by them. But yeah, I just really enjoy this car, actually. Now, I think it's one of my favorite BMWs, because a lot of the BMWs either too much traction, that's very, very few, or way little to traction, and some of them are just like this car, right in the middle, where if you're at slow speeds and you don't put the power down right, it'll slip. But it gives you what I kind of like. It gives you a good acceleration, good turning. I just really enjoy this car, because if you want it to slip and drift, you can, and it'll drift really well. But if you don't want it to, you can pretty much prevent it from doing. Now, there is occasional tiny bit of drifting, but that's usually not enough, really, to make the car completely lose control. So, yeah, so I'm getting into this, and I just really enjoy this car. And it turns pretty well. I feel like sometimes, though, it's a little understeery. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it understeers, but it usually doesn't oversteer. So it usually kind of just doesn't turn too much. It turns just how I think a kind of race car should be. Now, for having fun and things like that, like if we were going to go into, if this was exactly how it was in real life, which is probably fairly similar, I think the car would do pretty well for just enjoying yourself. But I would just suggest the car, and for its price, it's actually pretty nice. So, as I'm driving around this track, you can see that the car, you can see everything I'm saying. It doesn't slip too much. It doesn't really understeer or oversteer, even though it's, yeah. But yeah, I think it's an excellent car. And yeah, now in this race I don't have to use a rewind, and that for me, that usually means the car handles really well or isn't too fast. Whenever I get into really, really fast cars, like a lot faster cars, I may allow more than one rewind, because yeah, and in this race I'm gonna do all cars of all classes. So it's going down the straight here. You can see that it's for the top of A class, it does pretty good. It's like the Ferrari 488 of the A class instead of S1 class. So yeah, I mean, if you want a car for A class racing, I would suggest this. It does good on pretty much all terrain. And if you're using dirt, it's pretty good drifter, though I'm sure there'd be other cars that would be better for dirt. It's I think this car also would fit perfectly into a city, just like all the cars are going to be in the series, or at least to a point. Because this car, it's not too expensive, and it's a nice luxurious car. It can drive around towns and roads. I think it's a good city car, and I just think it's a magnificent car. So we get the first place here, and catch the rest of it in part 2. The rest of the episodes in this will not have 2 parts.